You can't separate church and missions. The church is a missional community. It has a purpose to display something. There is some way, probably many ways, but at least some way, that God wants you to join with him in his work. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. There's an interesting passage because if you're going to fellowship with God, there's a kind of fellowship with God you can't have unless you work where he is working. Notice the way Paul talks about this. Notice this phrase, for we are God's fellow workers. You are God's field, God's building. God's blessings aren't just for you. God doesn't just work here. God doesn't just work here. God's at work all over our world. And since he is, where and how will you be God's fellow worker?